Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to my channel. It is me, it is I, it is thee, it is she, it is who, it is Rosie Rosette 2020. Pal, let's talk about this stimulus package. It seems like it's coming through, even though it's March 7th, and Joe Biden was elected January 21st. Again, how is it that the Republicans can push through an impeachment for their man, not ours, their man, real quick, real quick, real quick, like a New York minute? But yet, as far as a stimulus package, not one of them voted in favor of the stimulus package, to my knowledge. I may be wrong, maybe one or two, but the majority of the Republicans did not vote for the stimulus package. You people need to realize that when it comes to the next elections, literally, because there's a whole bunch of Republicans who are in these streets who are literally about to either die, go bankrupt, homeless, foodless. A lot of Republicans are in that state, and not one voted. Now, thank God that those two seats in Georgia in the Senate, they went through, or else nothing would happen. And this was supposed to be the easy one because this was only the continuation of what Trump was talking about. But this is not it. Like, this is March. $1,400 for what, 2 months? No, 3 months. Because we got that $600 at the end of the year, or at the beginning or the end. It was last week in January, wasn't it? Or the first week, the last week in December, first week of January. Anyway, no one's getting unemployment because the prisoners took it all, okay? And you can't get it because they're all backed up still. A year later, and they're still backed up. So there's no unemployment. Okay, I get it for the schools and everything, but like for these huge corporations, whatever, no, y'all got enough. Y'all got enough. You already got these tax breaks. Now you want more money. No, I don't think so. Honestly, I don't think so. These restaurants are the ones that need the bulk of the package. Restaurants and citizens. Like that 1.9 trillion should have went straight to the people, and we would have, flushed it right back in the economy, buying cars, buying clothes, going out to eat, getting hair, makeup, or whatever. We would have put it right back, most of us. I would say mine. But anyway, nah. No. The Republicans, they're dirty. They're dirty. They're the reasons why the economy always, every time we have a Republican, it's a cycle. We have a Republican president, they literally drain the economy, leaves us penniless. And then the Democratic president is the one who has to get it all back together. And then it goes to the Republican and they drain it. It's a cycle. Someone told me about this a long time ago. I remember I was at a hedge fund right before the housing crash. And they were like, oh, yeah, there's about to be a housing crash. I was like, no. I think 3 years later, housing crash. I know, and I've said this in other videos. I know they have trillions of dollars because they were ready for it. They were ready for it. I just don't understand how none of the Republicans, and I saw Face the Nation with George Stephanopoulos, but he wasn't on there. It was an older white woman, and she sounded, okay, she looked about 50 or 60, but she sounded about 90. You guys really, of all the people, all in America, you're going to get an older white woman who you can barely understand. She sounds so old. I just don't get it. Anyway, they had the one senator who, I think he was a Republican, who was trying to deal with the bipartisan. Is he the only one that voted? I don't know. Or was he a Democrat? Anyway, I just don't understand how Republicans would want to hold up a bill that would feed millions of people, literally, that would literally feed millions of people. I don't understand how that happens. Honestly, I don't. I honestly don't. And America, we really need to look at that, especially when we vote again. Especially when we vote again. Look at um Cuomo. Cuomo in New York. He's getting all these allegations or whatever. Isn't he Republican? Is Cuomo Republican or Democrat? I think he's Republican. He may be Democrat. He may be Democrat. But you know what? I'm just really very surprised in the Republicans. Like, no one voted. That says a lot about the character of that side of the organization and how they care about people who really need this money. I mean, really need this money to pay rent, pay cell phone bills, to buy masks, to pay people to watch their kids, to pay mortgages, to pay car payments. Did I say that already? Cell phone bills. I think I said that already. Food, college fees, all kinds of Pampers. Just all kinds of people are suffering like crazy. I mean, there's people who make money. Okay, well then don't give it to them. Don't give it to them. Bring the total down to 50. I'm telling you, 50,000 and under. And under. Instead of giving them 14, I'm telling you, give every human being that makes 50. Okay, 60. $60,000 who makes $60,000. Give each of us $10,000. $10,000 for the rest of the year. How much would that be? $10,000. 100 million? Let's see. 10,000. Okay. 10,000. That's 10,000, right? 10,000 time. How many zeros is in 100 million? Okay, 100,000. We won't do. Oh, yes. 100. That's 100 million, right? Okay, so 100 million. I think that would be 1 billion. Yeah. Isn't that 1 billion? Yeah. Or 1 trillion? Okay. You guys got it. Give it. Give it. Give $10,000 to 100 million people that are making 50,000 or less between the ages of 18 and 65. Between the ages of 18 and 65. I think that's about 100 million, right? Yeah. Because we have probably 100 million kids. And then we probably have another 100 million that are 65 and older. Okay? They citizens of the United States. Give each citizen $10,000 for the rest of the year. There you go. Listen, then you don't have to worry about nothing else. No other bills to be passed for the rest of the year. If they can't handle that $10,000, whether they invest it, save it, spend it, pay off their cars, pay the rent for the next month or whatever. I mean, not the next month, the rest of the year, then guess what? You're on your own. But I saw something where they're paying $6,000 a month per homeless person in San Francisco. $6,000 a month. Now, I know rent is expensive in San Francisco, but it's not that expensive. Like, they should have kept the projects up. The Pink Palace, Geneva Towers in San Francisco. I don't know what other, the tall buildings or whatever. I mean, I can't remember. I think I went in the Pink Palace and the Geneva Towers. I have family living in Geneva Towers. But it might have been, but at least people had they had a roof over their head. They had a roof over their head. I don't know why they tore the projects down. I don't. Because I don't think there was as much homeless as there is now. They shouldn't have tore the Pink Palace down or Geneva Towers. They should have fixed them, but they should not have torn them down. Maybe it was asbestos. I don't know. But if they tore them down, they should have rebuilt more. Like now, I walk through the neighborhood. I got to post those on. I got to look at the time. I walked through the neighborhood and someone told me, because I was looking at this house, it was like maybe 1,000 square feet. Maybe, yeah, about 1,000 square feet. $1.1 million. Right in my neighborhood. That's because Google is coming. Google's gonna be right across the street, well, over there on back. So they were gonna build 25,000 condos or apartments to, withhold, when Google's coming. But now people are working from home. So with Google, you don't need to go to the office. You can work from home. Now everybody's like moving to Texas or Atlanta or Montana or Idaho, whatever, everything's cheap. You can make $200,000 and live like a king. Here you make $2,000. You may be living right next to a homeless person, right out the homeless people right outside, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what point I was making. But if you can spend $6,000 on a homeless person to be housed, you can give that $6,000 to the homeless person or $10,000 to everyone for the rest of the year. And you don't have to waste any more time in it. You guys don't have to talk about it. You can talk about what's going to happen next year. You can focus on these, the vaccines or whatever. But see, you guys make it too difficult. Now, Mitch McConnell, he gets on my nerves. For one thing, why does he talk like that? Why does he talk like that? He gets on my lap. I cannot stand Mitch McConnell. Never met him. Don't ever want to. It's just that he's just a pompous white man that just doesn't care about anyone else. Isn't he from Arkansas? I don't like him. I don't wish him any harm. I hate the way he talks. Or why does he talk like that? Why can't he move his mouth? Why does he talk? Kentucky's from Kentucky. Is that how people talk in Kentucky? I hate the way he talks. I don't hate him. I just hate the way he talks. But I don't like the way his whole mentality on life and how people should be judged and, treated. I don't like Republicans. And I told you, when people get money, they get weird. And it's almost an evilness. And I think the Republicans displayed that by not voting. Okay, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.